Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvase Sasunyari Paskya Chadeshatarani Namo Mahabandanyaya Krishna Prem Vadayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gaura Trise Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Gobramanitaya Jagaritaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Gadadhar Shiva Sri Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So today's discussion may be sometimes a little heavy and difficult to hear. Doesn't mean that you should run or leave or turn this off. Because sometimes when a real Vaishnava is speaking, it's not for purposes of entertaining. A real guru like Srila Prabhupada was you do not take a real spiritual master for entertaining purposes. His mission is to cut our illusion and to bifurcate our body from our soul. And it can either be done voluntarily or involuntarily. So sometimes the words and that are used may be difficult, but if you can stomach them and take this strong medicine, then you can truly benefit yourself. Otherwise, it's very difficult to give up the conditioned life. So the problem is, for so long, the spirit soul is identifying with whatever body it has been given by the laws of karma. And the illusion is, I am this body, whatever body we may have. Sometimes demigod body, sometimes animal body, sometimes human body, many, 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 many different types of bodies, many different lives, many different planets. We have to understand that. We are simply a spirit soul traveling through these different bodies, enjoying or suffering the results of our karma. Spiritual life means to become detached from the body, to realize Aham Brahmasmi, that I am Brahman. That is our real condition. And if we don't understand that, then we are animal. Animal lives simply for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. A human being who has two legs, who does not understand that the mission of his life is to become self-realized, detached from the body, he is Dvija Pashu, which means he is no different than a two-legged animal. If you're simply living bodily life, you're eating to feed the body, you're sleeping to sleep the body, you're mating the body, you're defending the body. That is animal life. That is bodily life. That is not spiritual liberated life. The Krishna consciousness means to rise above this life, this body. Take shelter of Krishna. Come up higher. Don't depend on this body. So that requires training. This requires training. How we can train the mind to rise beyond the body. This is very, very crucial for our Krishna consciousness. This is not just an entertainment process. We're not here simply to entertain, although it is joyful. Susukam kartam avyayam. It is serious. It is a serious affair, meaning we need to complete our mission. It's called matriculate. We need to complete our training. We want to come to the liberated stage so that we can take shelter properly of Radha and Krishna, and we can actually participate in the Leela of the Lord, and that we can assure ourselves that we are not taking birth again in this material world. Anything less means we must come back, whether we come back in the family of pure Vaishnavas or we come back in the family of well-to-do merchants, or we come back in a higher planetary system to enjoy the results of our devotional service that are still not yet matured. All these possibilities are there depending upon our level of spiritual advancement. But it only takes one lifetime to transcend the body. It does not require more time than that. In this life, we can complete our mission of Krishna consciousness, and we can engage ourselves in the service of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is our real purpose. So all of these people who are living a bodily life, wasting their time, they are so entrapped by mundane desires because they have not approached a spiritual master and inquired what is the absolute truth. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. They haven't approached, so therefore they're living illusion. They may think they're happy, they may have material things, they may have good bank balance, so many things. They may be striving for more money, and all this is a waste of their time. Sometimes they are interested in higher technology and better science and better medicine. And all of this is a complete waste of their time. The only requirement in the human form, it's not for material advancement. It's not for better quality science and medicine, because all these things are already there. What is required is Krishna consciousness, yagya vai Vishnu. That is the only thing that is required. We can live, all of us, a simple agrarian lifestyle. We do not have to make attempt for so-called higher materialistic living. That is illusion. We do not have to overanalyze the intelligence and the ego, and the only reason for this analyzation is to increase our sense gratification. We should try to apply our good mind, our good intelligence, and our favorable bodily situation in the service of Lord Krishna. He is a hoaxaja. He is beyond our intelligence, so we cannot analyze him. We cannot figure God out. That is a mistake. We're thinking, give me this new Willow chip from Google that is now able to produce so much volumes of data in moments, and then we can figure God out. That is incorrect. You cannot figure God out with a chip or a potato chip. God is not ever subject to one willow or 1,000 willows or 1,000,000 willows. Not possible. Rather than wasting our valuable time in this way, all we need to do is pray, bow down to Lord Krishna. He is already the Supreme Person, the perfect person, meaning he's extremely advanced, perfect body. Everything is perfect about Krishna. Even the demigods are more perfect than we are. And what are we going to attain with our little technology and our medicine? If we live a devotional life, we will not require so much medicine. This medicine is because we want to enjoy sense gratification. We want to eat meat, liquor, have sex, take intoxicants. Then we get sick and ill and we think medicine is required. When if we would simply live a simple devotional life, the body does not require much. Take a little prasadam. That's all. The body requires so little. So why is this big pharmaceutical there to take care of so many diseases? Most of them are not even necessary if you live a simple life. Diabetes is something that usually occurs if you eat too much. So if you're accustomed to eating too much, you can get diabetes. Diabetes comes because of sense gratification. So Krishna consciousness means regulation of the senses. Automatically, if you're striving for Krishna, then your senses should be regulated. You should not be struggling with your weight. You should not be struggling with your mind. All these things. So everything can be cured very easily in Krishna consciousness, but that is the one thing that is missing in the lifestyle of people today. Krishna consciousness is the most authorized solution coming for life, for understanding God, for having solution to birth, death, old age, and disease. Everything in Krishna consciousness is based on Vedic scripture. You cannot find a higher cause, a higher function, a better definition of religion. So there is nothing here to improve upon. Everything is perfect. All you have to do is accept these principles and engage in a humble manner. And very quickly you come to the Brahman stage of pure consciousness, and then you can ecstatically engage in the service of Lord Krishna. Your life is perfect. Karma finished, birth finished, death finished, problems of life finished, happiness every moment. What is the problem, Prabhupada would say? What is the problem? Don't be weak. Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't be weak. He's very kind and merciful, but at the same time, he gives him the sauce. Don't be weak. Be a kshatriya, be a warrior, armed with yoga. So take this process. Don't simply be a sense gratifier. Don't have a weak heart. Don't always succumb to sense gratification. You can overcome. Just stand up and fight. Take the bhakti. Take the chanting. Take this process given to you by Lord Chaitanya and engage. It's mercy. It's been given to us. Why are you weak? Prabhupada says, chant, chant, chant. And we are going, I can't. Why can't you? You can. Don't let death take you. I've seen God brothers and God sisters come to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and take initiation and make vows, and then for different reasons leave Prabhupada's association. This is a criminal activity. This is criminal. Prabhupada is the greatest living acharya in giving us incredible mercy, transparent via media for the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is rare for any of us, whether first, second, third generation, to have the association of Srila Prabhupada. No one should leave. What for what? After hearing from the Guru, what is what and who is Krishna and what we are. And Prabhupada has given so many books to support all of his statements. And you have devotees who have left the association. of Jagat Guru. This is insanity. Insanity. Even Prabhupada was so kind. This is what is so special about him. When he came to Krishna America, he saw our condition. He engaged both men and women because he can understand the situation where women and men are intermingling so easily. So he engaged men and women together. He encouraged Grihastha life. He encouraged Brahmacharini life. And B, he made sannyasis, and if they fell, he said, okay, get married, engage in Krishna consciousness, and continue. He didn't reject them. Yes, he was disparaging. He said, this is vatu. I think the word was a vatu, something like this. It was like when someone eats their own vomit. So Prabhupada had some strong words about a sannyasi who gave up his renunciation to get married, but he continued to love that disciple and said, be peaceful, get married, and stay in Krishna consciousness. No one should leave the shelter of Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is insanity. Because just around the corner, Krishna is bestowing his mercy, and just around the corner is exactly what you are looking for. The advancement that you are seeking, the end to your suffering is just moments away. And suffering is not going to stop by engaging in sense gratification. You see, at every moment we have to be engaged because the senses cannot stop. Either they are going to be engaged in the service of Krishna through devotional loving service, or they're going to be engaged in the body. The mind requires shelter, one or the other. If you leave the association of Srila Prabhupada, then you will go right back into bodily identification and bodily service. And that may seem to be a temporary solution, but it will only aggravate the situation, and it will only conflagrate, cause more fire of despair. You see, in the material world, for every joy, there is suffering. For every bit of joy, there is suffering. You cannot have more joy than suffering. This is a very equal playing field on the earth plane. Joy and suffering are equal. So if you have some joy, it will be followed by suffering. This is not a good place for sense gratification. Try to understand that. It is a waste of time to focus on sense gratification. So much so, Srila Prabhupada compared sense gratification to poison. So why are we poisoning ourselves when our real self is Brahman? It is eternally spiritual, beyond the modes of nature. No pain, no suffering. And on that plane of existence, we can engage our whole heart in service to Lord Krishna. That is what we are looking for. So we must keep our eye focused on the goal. By the grace of Srila Prabhupada, he's given the message of Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, how and what to keep our mind focused properly on what is the goal. Everything is there. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the major books are there. We should read them. Together, individually, we should read them, understand along with the chanting, fortify, build your devotional life. Sadhana, build, expand the foundation through reading and understanding. Add to your devotional life. so that your fortress, your foundation is so strong, it becomes impregnable. It cannot be broken or defeated or conquered. Like that. Fix your foundation in Krishna consciousness. Grow your creeper, or inside of the foundation, grow your bhakti creeper, so that fruits of love of God manifest from that tree. Because once that tree is grown and mature fruits are coming out, that tree cannot be stopped. It is a perfect tree. It is an eternal tree. It is not going to wilt by any means. The material energy cannot touch your bhakti creeper that has grown. But sometimes in the early stages of bhakti, when it's not even yet broken through the earth, some disciples become despair. They become despairing and disparaging toward the guru. And they lose faith. And they lose their way. And they stop their chanting. And when the guru calls, they do not respond. And when the God brothers call, they do not respond. They go off thinking that Krishna consciousness is imagination or is not possible. They close their mind. They close their mind. Krishna is giving freedom to choose. You can come all the way this far and retreat if you wish. And Krishna will thank you for the service that you've done, but you will go back into material life. And you can remain with the blinders on as many lifetimes as you wish. This is stupidity. The guru does not approve. This is not correct, that you will come this far and then retreat. So Krishna is encouraging Arjuna, don't be weak. Don't be weak. Here I'm giving you knowledge that the body, dehe no smin yata dehe, komaram yuvanam jara. The body is just a body. Don't worry that you're going to kill your cousin brothers. They're already dead. But if you engage in this process, in this war, you're following my instruction. You're protected, they're protected, everyone's going back to God. On my order, Krishna says. That is Dharma. If God says it's Dharma, but in this age, God is not asking us to kill anyone. Krishna says, Lord Chaitanya says, simply chant Hare Krishna. Don't kill the weak mind. The mind is the worst enemy. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains the mind is the worst enemy. Make it your friend. We're not killing anyone in this age. There's no war. The only thing we're trying to do is nicely engage our senses under the guidance of the spiritual master in the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha and Krishna. That's all. That's all. And this way, we can extricate ourselves from this bodily identification. Krishna supplies, he gives the necessary qualifications for us to overcome the illusion of bodily identification if we depend upon him. Sri Draupadi was being dishonored. The Kurus were trying to take her sari and disrobe her, which is such a horrible thing, especially in that age, in that circumstance, in that social lifestyle. It's horrible. and she could not keep her sari on because they were stronger than her. So she prayed to the strongest, Lord Krishna, who she was related to. Please help her. And the Lord, out of his mercy, charming, he both protected Draupadi by supplying unlimited sari. And he created a charming Leela in the process. Krishna is so charming. So all his sari kept coming and coming and coming, and they were pulling, and they could not pull her sari off. In the same way, if we are chanting and doing what Srila Prabhupada has asked us all to do, Krishna will bestow upon us the mercy that is required for us to follow the instruction of the Guru. And what seemed so difficult yesterday is today possible. Yesterday, my mind was arguing and was doubtful and was in a very distressed condition. I cannot perform this Krishna consciousness. And today I'm feeling better. And I'm chanting with enthusiasm. And I'm feeling remorseful that I had so many doubts. Krishna's, give the Lord the opportunity. Give yourself the opportunity to connect, reconnect our eternal state with Krishna. Give yourself that opportunity, because once it starts to happen, once the magic starts to happen, you will never want anything else. It's so powerful. Once the connection becomes clear between Krishna and our self, our real self, the sky opens, becomes blue, the clouds disperse, the sun shines beautifully and bright. All the doubts in the mind are gone, and it settles, it settles, it settles, it surrenders. And this is not just for a moment or an hour or a day. It's permanent, permanent, permanent. Mind settles. No more thoughts of material desires. The mind becomes free from the bodily illusion. Permanent. Every day you wake up with enthusiasm. This is something inconceivable. We see in Srila Prabhupada, we read about of all the great pure devotees and great Vaishnavas, but we find perhaps it's impossible for us to achieve until it's achieved. And then all we do is we put our head in the ground over and over again, thanking the Lord for the opportunity, for the mercy he's given us, that we can engage in his service. Krishna, who's adhoksaja in chintya, we find our soul is engaged at his lotus feet. How can that be? It's amazing. So I was hearing this story the other day about a departed Vaishnava who had witnessed Srila Prabhupada crying, not once or twice, but continually for 1 or 2 days. And when the Vaishnava asked Prabhupada about this, Prabhupada responded, so fortunate to be engaged in the service of the Lord. Prabhupada's heart was so melted. We can achieve so much if we give our life to Srila Prabhupada. We can achieve what is inconceivable, what everyone in the world, in the material world, doubts that it's possible. We can achieve lasting results that not achievable through medicine, science, technology, ordinary education. We can overcome death, not just theoretically, but experientially. So never give up the association of your guru. Never. It is more dear than life itself. And if you have to fast that day in order to chant, or if your guru is somewhere that you must go see him, you must give everything up to go there. You must make that attempt. You must know that spiritual life is your number one priority. Because everything else is going to be gone. Everything. We have to get our spiritual life to be the number one priority at some point in our life. Listen, if we're married or young, it's understandable that material desires are there. So we're going to give ourselves a break if we're young. We're going to continue with our Krishna consciousness, and we're going to give ourselves a break, meaning we're not going to be too hard on ourselves. We're going to understand that the senses are strong. Prabhupada was merciful to us. I joined when I was 19 years old. Now I'm 73. But as we get older and wiser and see that material life is simply a repetition every day of the same thing, we must learn to give it up. We must distance ourselves from the desire for sense gratification. Learn. That must be there. We're not learning. What is the use? So then, with this learning, we can distance ourselves from useless sense gratification and get off the hamster wheel. You see, I'm going to tell you this. The future really does not exist. I repeat, the future does not exist. Only the past. And the past in the material world is the same thing, just in different forms and different experiences. It's all the same. Prabhupada said it, wet stool, dry stool. There's no difference. So when you get up as a materialist in the morning and you look forward to your day, it's just going to be a repeat. But the foolish, unintelligent, non-devotee thinks, my future, there's something new, something wonderful is going to happen. This is Maya Sukhaya, stupidity. The only person who has a real future is the liberated devotee, the Hare Krishna devotee. He has a future. He has something to look forward to every day. What is that? Increasing love of God. Because Krishna is not stagnant. He's dynamic. And so is bhakti. That we have something to look forward to. Our bhakti, our increasing bhakti, is our food substance. A devotee has a reason to rise in the morning. A non-devotee doesn't. Let us all come to that stage of utsaha, enthusiasm for service to Lord Sri Krishna. Let us develop this enthusiasm. That will be the greatest blessing You will see Krishna enter into you, into all of your thoughts, your memories, your life. Everything that he is will come into you and enliven your senses. And it will be the greatest blessing possible to know that not just God, but Krishna has come, the super soul, the Rishikesh, into your senses, your body, your being, and expanded himself and made you aware of his existence, his incredible existence. Then you'll become alive for the first time. This is the experience we're looking for. So we must pray at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and pray to our Guru. Please kindly engage me in your service. I am a useless, worthless, undeserving, eternally conditioned being that has been given this glorious opportunity to engage my soul, our soul, in the service of the Lord. And I pray you will kindly be merciful to me and give me this opportunity at all costs. I surrender unto you, Lord Krishna. Thank you. I will see you all